Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another best of and well discussed lavender scented perfumes. In this one, and I will share with you top 10 lavender fragrances from my collection. And as some of you might remember, I've been into lavender for a few months, and that's a very new experience to me because, to be honest with you, I used to avoid lavender dominant perfumes in the past because I've never been the biggest fan of this note, which is one of the most popular notes in the masculine perfumery and also in aromatherapy, and that's where I'm very picky with lavendery fragrances. And today I'll share with you my top 10 and even more lavendery perfumes that I'm sure the majority of you have never heard of. That's where I hope this video is going to be helpful for you. And if you enjoy lavendery perfumes, make sure to go ahead and share your favorites in the comments with all of us. And don't forget to check out the description box down below where you'll find helpful information regarding perfumes I'll feature in this one, as well as links to my previous best-ofs that I dedicated to many notes such as chocolate, violet, patchouli, amber, oud, vanilla, and many more. And you can also request future best-ofs in the comments, so make sure to do that. And of course, don't forget to follow me on my social media such as Instagram and Facebook if you want to be connected with me. And keep in mind that I also have a Patreon page where you can support me, so check out the description box. There you'll find all the helpful links. And with that being said, as you've probably noticed, I matched my outfit to the theme of this video because that's what I love to do. So let's dive into this lavendery list. And the first thing that I wanted to mention is that lavender is a flowery plant that I'm sure all of us are familiar with. It has very calming, aromatic, floral aroma, and it has been used not only in the perfumery for many years, but also in the daily basis. For example, to fill their pillows with lavender to promote good sleep, because it reduces anxiety, it improves the mood. It also has some antibacterial effect, and you can use lavender when you cook because it adds that very aromatic touch to your dishes. So lavender is very multi-functional ingredient, and once again it is very important for aromatherapy. So with that being said, the first fragrance I'll share with you is actually the feminine one. I have a few of those, but the rest is unisex, and it's from my favorite brand Guerlain, and it's their popular Mon Guerlain, and I have EDT format. Even though I also own and love eau de parfum, I find that lavender is more prominent in eau de toilette, and it's very fresh, but at the same time it's powdery because this whole fragrance is warm, it's exquisite, it's very feminine and vanillic. If you are familiar with Guerlain's signature notes, then you will also love this one because even though it's lavender, it's also vanillic, powdery, fluffy, and very feminine. So if you are looking for a lavender that would be powdery and vanillic, I recommend you Mon Guerlain because it's very versatile. You can wear it anywhere, to work, on a date, and will be always well received. So make sure to check that one out, as well as Libre from Yves Saint Laurent, which is another commercial offering from a high-end brand. And it's a shame that I don't have it right now with me because in my opinion it was one of the best perfume releases of the last year. And even though it's similar to Mon Guerlain and I've already created reviews on both of them, it's a little bit different because yes, it smells powdery and vanillic like Mon Guerlain, but it's also pretty fresh and juicy thanks to the note of black currant. So it's floral, it's powdery, but also it's quite fruity, juicy, and sparkling. It's long-lasting and it is very great for the summertime feminine perfume that I'm dreaming about. So if you're looking for something youthful with feminine lavender scent, I recommend you that one. And the last fragrance from another high-end brand, but on the commercial side, is Heal Your Mind from Mugler. That's not it. This is actually Run Free that I've reviewed in the Mugler's cologne video. You can watch it after you finish this one. But I took it because the Heal Your Mind looks exactly like it, but I don't have it with me in a physical bottle, and plus this one matches my top. So yeah, anyway, that one is a pretty simple lavender because it is lavender itself, surrounded by musky ambroxany nuances, and that's where it is aromatic, but at the same time it is slightly animalic and dirty. Very unisex, very casual and simple, but at the same time enjoyable. So I think if you're looking for very easygoing and light lavender that won't be too expensive and too complicated, you can check it out next time you're in the store. Think about me recommending it to you. And now the fun part starts, because I'll start talking about very unusual hidden gem lavenders, and one of them is surely Twice the Tea from the American indie house Poisy Perfumes. And if you're not familiar with it, make sure to check out my review on all of their perfumes. And you might remember that one of my most favorite coffee fragrances is also from this house, that is called Whisper Your Bitter Things, and that is the scent of freshly pressed coffee beans, and I featured it in my coffee top list. So if you're a fan of coffee scents, you need to check out my video. But this is not about coffee, this is about the tea, and I'm a big lover of tea. I prefer tea and love it more than any other drink, and this is a realistic scent of tea because it smells just like a fresh cup of Earl Grey tea, but it's milky because there is the note of milk, and it's quite vanillic. So just imagine yourself enjoying a cup of expensive Earl Grey tea that is creamy because of the milk and sweet because of vanilla syrup in there, and is also fresh because of lavender that you put in there and you picked it in your garden. It's very fresh, creamy, milky, powdery, amazing, one of my go-to lavender perfumes, and it is also in the oily format, so you know, it's very comforting, and I highly recommend it to those who are not the biggest fan of cool and very herbal lavendery perfumes, because you know it's creamy, vanilla, it's similar to Mon Guerlain, but at the same time that note of tea makes it pretty refreshing and new smelling. And the next one is also very cool and unusual. This is an avant-garde lavender that is called Ida Runtler, and it is from another American indie house, January Scent Project, and I've interviewed their owner and the nose behind this line, John Beeble, who creates very creative perfume, and I highly recommend you to check out that interview after you watch this video. But let me tell you that Ida Runtler is so unusual because when you smell it and when you wear it, you literally feel yourself entering a piney forest, because it smells green and piney, very leafy, but at the same time, you guys, there is something gourmand in there, something chocolatey, something sweet. So you'll have a feeling like walking in a piney forest, smelling lots of lavender that grows there, eating a chocolate bar. It's very strong, very unisex, extremely long lasting, and if you can get your hands on it and you're ready for very creative lavender, that's it for sure. Okay, the next perfume is one of the best fragrances in my collection from the herbal genre, and I've been wanting to share it with you for the longest time, and finally time has come, because Uno Tamam from the amazing niche brand Nishane is a fabulous work of Miguel Matos, who created my favorite herbal perfume, because you know I can wear it anytime, anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's hot or cold, if it's day or night, it's always appropriate because it's in between something super sexy and something almost meditative. So in the opening there is the note of mint, at the same time there is almost like like a frozen basil, lavender, and one of the most unusual and rare ingredients in the perfumery, oregano, which probably makes it so special and almost mysterious to me. But also there are flowers, there are sweet notes, and even something animalic, and it wears so nicely. Honestly, if you can get your hands on it, blind buy it, because in my opinion this is one of the most interesting, truly charming herbal perfumes, and I'm very picky with them. And this extract de parfum, which is super long lasting, will make you feel real good, and I'm a big fan of it, and I'm very happy to own it in my collection. So if you want something that smells perfumey at the same time herbal and relaxing with lavender but also a bunch of other great notes, I recommend you Uno Tamam, which was inspired by a pretty cool song, and I'm sure you will thank me. So go ahead and check it out. So the next one is actually the most cozy lavender fragrance, and it is from the Swedish indie brand Linda Lundenberg, and as some of you might remember, my favorite rosy perfume is from them, and this is surely that scent that smells like you are wrapped into woolen blanket, reading your favorite book, enjoying a cup of spiced chai latte with herbal lavender in it for the aromatic touch, eating chocolates on a very rainy day, but you are safe and warm. This is literally a very physical experience because you can feel the thick texture of this scent. It's lavendery, it is spicy, it is peppery, and it smells to me like dark chocolate with lavender and black pepper. And if you're looking for something with big sillage, amazing performance, and incredible longevity, that's it. But keep in mind that that is a pretty heavy lavendery fragrance. So the next fragrance is from one of my most favorite indie American brands, Imaginary Authors, and I've already done my top list of their perfumes, but their US Telegramma is not featured there because this is the new fragrance that comes in this amazing box, and it was inspired by vintage first class experience. And to me personally, Telegramma smells of businessmen and business ladies from the past who travel by train to their next business meeting, opening letters that they receive, because it smells papery, not peppery, papery. So you will smell the paper. It is powdery, a little bit vanillic, dusty, and lavendery. It smells basically of success, it smells of business, it smells of dust, you know. There is a note of talc, and there are woody notes, also fresh linens, vanilla powder, lavender absolute, and black pepper. So if you're looking for that pretty uplifting and quite not obviously but yet lavender experience, you know, it's very artistic, because you know that powder in there, it's not very floral or sweet, it's rather woody, and it literally smells like paper, but at the same time there is also lavender in there. And the sprayer is awesome. If you, oh my god, love woody, powdery, and fresh scents, I really recommend you Telegramma, because you can rock it everywhere. It's an easygoing perfume, but at the same time, you know, it smells expensive, it smells very creative, and you'll wear it and you'll be like, oh my god, I smell so different from all the other people here, and at the same time it's really enjoyable. So yeah, Telegramma is an awesome perfume that will make you really to stand out, and that's my goal. So the next fragrance is actually from Tom Ford. That's of course their Lavender Extreme, and I have a funny story to tell you about it, because the first time I smelled it I noticed an intense lavender, quite in aromatherapy style that I've mentioned I don't really like. But when I received my decant from Royalty Scents, and you can subscribe to them and pick from many other high-end niche brands like Tom Ford, I noticed there is also something sweet about it, and in the dry down it transforms from aromatherapy lavender to extremely sweet tonka beans, and I was shocked because it reminded me of something, and I realized that that's the lavender that I created when I got into lavender scents, but I wanted my own vanillic powdery lavender, so I took my very expensive English lavender essential oil and mix it with vanillin and musky notes, and so I subconsciously realized that I've recreated a Lavender Extreme by Tom Ford, which is crazy, but this perfume is really like lavender, like the lavender field in front of you, and later it's extremely vanillic tonka beans. So I think this is perfume for those who can't decide whether they want a lavender that is herbal or they want sugary tonka beans. It's super intense, it's super long lasting, it's very, very powerful. The sillage is huge and I do enjoy it, I need to be honest with you. You know, it's unisex and it's attractive, so if you're looking for very attractive lavender that wears nicely but is very sweet, even though yes, herbal and aromatherapy like, so it's pretty relaxing too. Yeah, Tom Ford's Lavender Extreme is pretty much the fragrance that I think all of those who are looking for that vibe will enjoy. So the next perfume is the one that I've been wanting to tell you for a while, because that's the one that almost started my whole lavender obsession, and it is from my favorite American indie house DSH Perfumes, and its name is Au Crépuscule de Lavande, which means in the Lavender Twilight. And the thing is, this is not the traditional lavendery perfume by any means. It's done in retro nouveau style, so it's slightly vintage, and you know, Dawn to me, she's the queen of animalics, and I believe there are some animalics ingredients in there, but the thing is, this is a spicy lavender, which is so new, so unusual, so unexpected, and at the same time it is gourmand. Like, I'm not kidding, it's spicy, foodie, lavender scent. It's sweet, but it is not too sweet. You know, I smell Immortelle in there, which is this golden spicy plant so obviously, but there are also aldehydes, blackberry top notes, myrrh, tonka bean, and lavender. So, you know, it's very deep, it's very sexy. It's the perfume that you want to put on, to go out, you know, to seduce people, just to enjoy their compliments, how awesome you're tasted because they've never smelled a perfume like yours. That's all about this scent, you know, it's so unexpected, it's so interesting, it's so avant-garde and out of this world. I love this scent and I recommend it to everyone who is ready for untraditional, joyful lavender perfume. It's awesome, you know, like spicy, almost salty lavender. That's something new. And the final one that I want to mention is this one. I can't pronounce its name, I'm sorry, I won't even try. It is by Strangers Perfumery, and you might remember that I've interviewed Thai perfumer Prinlom Rose, so make sure to check out that interview in case you missed it. But I need to tell you that this is probably the most traditional take on lavender, but still in the modern way, because it smells like old school masculine fougères, but without that heavy old-fashioned sensation, if you know what I'm talking about. It's lavender in the barber shop style, and I don't have many perfumes like it, so it's something that is slightly smoky, something that is green, very, very, very aromatic, and it is suitable for men as well as for women, but in my opinion men will enjoy it more. So it smells quite clean, it smells fresh, it smells nice, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And of course it's really, really long lasting, as all perfumes from this brand. So in case you're looking for an old school lavender done in the modern way and you don't want commercial fragrances, you want something indie, something that will still be different from other fragrances that other people can find, I recommend you that one. Oh, and I also wanted to mention that I own Wisteria and Lavender from Jo Malone's limited Lavenderland collection. Actually, there are 3 fragrances and I own just one because I smelled two. We didn't receive the third one, and I enjoyed just this clean, musky, minimalistic lavender. But you know, this is a limited edition, so I just wanted to throw it in there. If you can find it, do smell them, because they are not very obviously lavendery. They are very modern, and I would even say they are contemporary. So yeah, that's what I think about the Lavender Land collection, which of course I needed to mention in this video. And that, my friends, completes this top 10 plus list of my favorite lavender scented perfumes. I would love to know which of the mentioned perfumes appeal the most to you, or excites you, or you're interested in trying. Maybe you're actually familiar with some of these, so please go ahead and share your feedback overall on the lavender theme, and of course request future best-ofs. So I can't wait to hear from you, and please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. And I guess that's all I wanted to tell you. Make sure to stay tuned, smell good, stay safe, clean your hands, be healthy, and you will see each other in the next one really soon. Bye guys.